The following video is brought to you by Sick Prints. The coolest, most critical and politically incorrect t-shirts, hoodies, mugs and printed art on the internet. Check the link in the description.
Have we lost sight of right and wrong in the world today? Let's take a moment to reflect. As we survey the global landscape, it's hard not to notice the alarming rise in crime rates. Cities that were once safe havens are now marred by violence and fear. Terrorism, once a distant threat, now looms closer than ever, with acts of unspeakable horror occurring with chilling regularity. Perhaps even more unsettling is the distortion of social justice, where the scales seem to tip not towards fairness, but rather towards the highest bidder. We've seen instances where poverty is wielded as a shield to justify crime. Similarly, religious extremism is often used as a smokescreen to hide acts of terror. These excuses, while complex and multi-layered, should never serve as a free pass for wrongdoing. In a world where crime and terror are often justified, have we become numb to the concepts of justice and injustice? Are we so weak that we allow crime and terror to persist? Inaction in the face of crime and terror is like a silent approval, a nod to the perpetrators that their actions are acceptable. This inaction, whether it stems from apathy or fear, has devastating consequences. Let's delve into the annals of history to see the effects of such passivity. Take for instance societies that have succumbed to lawlessness. We've seen cities fall into chaos, their once vibrant streets now ruled by fear. The innocent people who once called these places home are now victims of the very society they inhabit. These are not just stories from a distant past. They are the realities of many places today, where the rule of law has been replaced by the rule of the jungle. Now consider the age-old wisdom that says, "Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent." This phrase rings true in many situations where leniency towards perpetrators has led to more suffering for innocent people. History is replete with examples where the guilty were shown mercy, only for them to re-offend, causing more harm and pain. Each time, the innocent paid the price. This isn't mercy, it's a cruel irony. Inaction and leniency do not lead to peace, but rather to an escalation of crime and terror. They only serve to embolden those who have chosen the path of lawlessness. Ignoring crime and terror doesn't lead to peace but to more suffering. Is it not time we reclaimed control of our world? Let's pause and consider this. We hold the power to shape our societies, to dictate what is acceptable and what isn't. The power of collective action is not a myth, but a potent tool in combating crime and terror. Just look at societies that have successfully reduced their crime rates and combated terror through proactive measures. They did not sit idle, they acted, and they acted together. Such is the power of collective action. And let's not forget the importance of justice. Justice is not just a concept in law books. It's a principle that guides our actions, our decisions. It's the compass that leads to a balanced society. Every individual, yes, every single one of us has a role in upholding justice. Whether it's reporting a crime, standing against an injustice, or simply not turning a blind eye to wrongdoing, every action matters. The fight against crime and terror is not a choice, but a duty. We owe it to ourselves and to our future generations. After all, aren't we the custodians of this world? Will we let our world crumble, or will we stand up for justice? This question lingers, echoing the sentiments we've explored throughout our discourse. The state of our world is precarious, teetering on the edge of a precipice where right and wrong are losing their distinct clarity. The consequences of inaction are dire, a bleak future where justice is a forgotten concept. Yet the power of action is immense. The potential for change is within our grasp. The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. It's time to rise, to play our part in upholding justice. Each one of us can make a difference, whether that's by reporting crime, supporting law enforcement, or standing against terror in our communities. We must remember, poverty should never be an excuse for crime, and religion should never be an excuse for terrorism. Remember, mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. It's time we stopped being weak and started being just.